founder of an organization called Buy from a Black Woman, also of Buy from a Black Business, the newly launched platform where we want to make sure people are supporting and buying from Black businesses.
And yes, they're telling you to buy from a Black business, but like I said before, a lot of the people running under these hashtags, gaining support off the struggle of Black Americans, are not Black American-owned businesses. So that's definitely something you got to look out for. And while they're promoting this, they're also telling consumers to boycott Target. That's what they've been doing for months now. In fact, Tamika Mallory here came out with the announcement before Essence Fest. She said she would not support the festival this year because Essence was being supported by Target. So Tamika Mallory, Nina Turner, and Jamal Bryant, the false prophet, all came together and said they couldn't attend and affiliate with Essence because of their Target partnership. And they told everybody who was already going to Essence to go ahead and support all the Black businesses at Essence, but don't support Target. And let's just say nobody listened to Tamika and them because Black folks still lined up at Target. Target had a DJ. You saw Black people inside the Target booth dancing, grabbing all the free Target merchandise, and was walking out like they had the best time ever.
Black people supporting Target at Essence Festival.
Take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah. So the conversation came about Tamika and her crew. I don't know the official crew that's part of it, have been leading the charge when it comes to our Target boycott. Tamika, can you share who has been part of that coalition or that committee, or what's the title of that?
Yeah, so there is no title of it. And you can when you go to targetfast.org, there's a lot of the work that we did to come up with the demands for Target. And so that was a collective process. However, it's not one particular entity. Just for quick background, first of all, I had a book tour that began on February 9th. My book was released on February 11th. And I'm actually still on tour, still doing dates, but it was, of course, a really, really heavy time back in February. And so I guess late January, I got a call from Senator Nina Turner asking me if I would be willing to join my organization Until Freedom, the boycott effort. She had already started, designing material and doing research and pulling together a list of Black businesses that are in Target, and not just Black businesses, but businesses. I like to say minority, majority owned businesses. And so she had already started doing that work.
And see, that's the deceptive part with these people. She went from Black-owned businesses, which again, you have to break that down to see who they're talking about, because I found most Black businesses running under that hashtag and taking advantage of the benefits of the marketing, they're not Black American businesses. And then Tamika slipped in majority-owned minority businesses, meaning two things. Those businesses can also have non-Black owners and non-minority owners. And then minority means everybody except for the white man. So when they use language like this, they're also including businesses owned by not just Latinos and Asians, but minority also includes white women. Again, when you break down the numbers to see who's benefiting from DEI, 9 times out of 10 is not a Black American.
They were a few days into it, and she asked, again, would I like to join? And I, of course, agreed immediately that I would be supportive. And at the same time, Pastor Bryant was talking about what to do in terms of the Black church and how could the Black church play a role.
And y'all could have left that false prophet Jamal Bryant out of this. He should be focusing on how to play a role in the lives of his illegitimate children that he's running around having left and right. Got his broke baby mamas all in court begging for money. He's got enough to worry about. He can't fix the Black community or the Black church. He can't even fix his own life. It's devils like him that destroy the Black church in the first place.
And so we just converged, the three of us. Nina and Jamal had already talked. And then I knew of what Jamal was working on. And so we just decided the three of us would work together as much as possible, but each one having, different contributions. And again, Pastor Bryant was really specific about clergy engagement. And so when he said, let's do the Target fast, that was like the first big campaign that helped to bring more people into the fold and get folks to really focus on Target.
And just like I said when they started all this, why are you only targeting Target when Target wasn't the only company to roll back DEI? Why didn't you also tell Black people to stop shopping at Walmart and Amazon or deactivate their Meta accounts? Yeah, why didn't you tell them to stop logging on Facebook and IG? I told y'all before, they chose Target because it was easy. The type of people that engage in this nonsensical baby bot bimbo babble are not the typical Target customer anyway. They patronize Walmart and Amazon more. And of course, they engage on IG all day long. They feel like they need Walmart, they need Amazon, they need Facebook, they need IG. So they didn't focus on those other avenues. And now they're starting to go after dollar stores. Why? Because they believe those stores are low budget beneath them, so they don't go there anyway. I'm telling you, it's the most convenient boycott ever. It's like boycotting Iceland. Well, nobody's going there anyway, so it's not really boycotting.
But, I always say that this effort really didn't come from any particular person calling a boycott. It really came from the ground up. This is the people that, we wanted to provide some structure, keep things going, keep people encouraged, keep people engaged, keep people educated, and of course, create some type of hub that could be in conversation with Target and others.
And this is why these people can't be trusted. She said that all this came from the ground, from the streets. That's a lie. I'll tell you where it really came from. It came from the political organizations that support her and told her to run out there with this rhetoric. Get Black people on board to fight for white women, non-Black women, and LGBT opportunities.
Now, last year, 2024, was my Black woman year. So last year, I only bought from Black women businesses and corporations that supported Black businesses and economic empowerment.
Wow.
So I've been doing Buy from a Black woman for the last 10 years as well. So there's a lot of people out here who are doing that work as well. So when I heard about the Target Fast and Target Call, it was no brainer for me. Like, okay, this is the work I've been doing. This is the work I'm passionate about. This is what I've been, trying to get people to do all along. So I'm on board. I learned that you were part of it when I went to that town hall that Pastor Bryant was hosting. And I saw that you and Senator Nina and a couple of other people were leading the charge with that. And one of the things that I got a lot of questions when I told people that we were going to have this conversation. One of the questions is just us making sure that we're pointing people to resources to support other businesses outside of the storefront. So Buy from a Black business, Buy from a Black woman are there with that. We did a quick survey when I learned about that boycott, about the town hall that the Target CEO might be there. So we did a quick pulse check with our community, and nobody wants to go back to Target, right? So it was like we're not even telling people or even demanding anything from Target anymore. We're trying to make sure that we are utilizing the resources that we have. We connected after I wrote my piece on Target being at Essence Fest. Now, you shared the piece as well. You've been going to Essence Fest for the last 20 years. I've been going to Essence Fest since 2016 faithfully. So it's not something that we are not familiar with. We're not speaking from
Absolutely.
a sidebar. We're not speaking from people who are just showing up. We've both been actively involved in the festival and the attendees. You've been speakers. I've been speaker, vendors, outside, inside the convention. So we know what we're talking about when we're saying what's happening there. One of the calls that came about was, I just told people don't go to the Target booth. And I'm not sure what photos you've seen since yesterday, but they changed the color of the marketing. I don't know if you saw that. They're pink now for whatever reason to distract that.
That's true about them switching up their decor. They're making it seem like, oh, the only reason why you saw pictures of people at the Target booth is because somehow Target tricked all the Black women by changing their colors to pink at the event. Everybody knew that was Target. They could have made that logo black. Everybody is still familiar with Target and that logo, and everybody knew that was Target's booth. The people you saw going in there and engaging with Target, they did that because they're not listening to your fake outrage. They wanted free products and they went and got them. All up in there dancing and all.
And one of the things I really want people to understand, we're not telling you not to go to Essence Fest. We're telling you not to engage with those people who are doing harm to our communities. And I just want to give you a chance to give that clear from your point of view as well. Because I think people are saying we're saying boycott Essence Fest, but we're not saying that.
No.
super disingenuous. Tamika Mallory definitely decided that she wasn't going to Essence Fest because Essence was being supported by Target, and she specifically named that as the reason why she and Jamal Bryant didn't go. So instead of the false prophet Jamal Bryant up there preaching on the stage, they had the false prophet demon Pastor Gray up there, and he's just as bad as Jamal Bryant. But yeah, Tamika's reason for not going to Essence was Target. She already said this. So it doesn't matter how much you're trying to pretty it up, you personally set out and didn't participate in Essence for that reason. And the only reason why you announced it to everybody was to control public sentiment.
And so at some point, someone drops into a chat, oh, FYI, what are we going to do about Essence, Target at Essence? And at that point, my management team was already in touch with. And by the way, there are many people at Essence in the organization, the company, as well as people who are very close knit surrounding in leadership, and they have other programs and things that they do within Essence Fest and with Essence all throughout the year. Being partners. And I love them very much. Work with them very closely. Great people, wonderful people. And so when I heard that, I was like, wow, because my management was already down the road in terms of we're going to do something in the authors section, looking at other opportunities, surrounding events, because I have a new book out, which I mentioned. And obviously Essence Fest is one of those places where any person who's an author, and particularly a Black woman, would want to be. And so we were already working on that. Not to mention, I love it. I have fun, my friends, the food, the concerts, everything. Love it. And so when that was stated, it was like automatically, Nikki, the pit of my stomach. I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. Like I just knew off the bat. And then in conversations with Nina and Jamal, the three of us understood that there's no way we can go to Essence and enjoy ourselves and do what we need to do and have this big Target activation with people lined up going on at the same time, especially with someone like me. Well, with all three of us, quite frankly, we are. I'm one of those drop down and protest right now type people. It's like I could do it at any minute.
Lady, if you thought you would show up there and protest Target at Essence, you have truly bumped your head. They already collected millions of dollars from Target, just like you collected millions from the establishment for years to keep Black people in La La Land with this fake activism. There is no way the leadership of Essence would have allowed you to disrupt that at all. It just wouldn't happen. And Tamika is super hypocritical. She's the same person going around telling Black people not to support Lululemon, but she's still walking around wearing Lululemon herself. She think it's still a protest because she already owned Lululemon, so it's not new Lululemon.
The workout gear, I've stopped purchasing new things from Lululemon.
Yeah, we're not
It
going
took
to
me a
either.
while. It took me a
Well,
while.
I appreciate you admitting that too, as well.
It
I really,
took me a
really
while,
appreciate you.
and um, but I have to still wear my Lululemon stuff, the old stuff. I have, I still wear it, but I did switch. My thing is that I
I'm telling you, the amount of deceptive baby bot bimbo babble here, it's not just hypocritical, but it's embarrassing at this point.
But people who have had contracts and who are in the stores and have been there for X amount of time, we weren't trying to say that they should just stop or give the money back or any of that. So we
Yeah.
understand. Go ahead, go, please go.
I would say, give me 1 second because there's somebody at the door. But I do want to just pencil that point in where there are a lot of people who, myself as well, who have walked away from
Of
partnerships this
course.
year. Like I had a partnership with H&M, and once their morals and their integrity start going a certain way, for me to walk away from it meant more than the money, more than, because for me it's about my community leadership. I'm gonna let you talk a little bit. Go ahead and take over. Let me get
No,
the door
no,
real quick. Go for it.
oh, okay. Well, before you're there, Kia, artistically. The lines don't look as thick as they have before. Well, I mean, I think attendance is down, and there are people who absolutely have said they just not going to support Target. So those two things together.
Again, these folks are so disingenuous, and this is why they can't be trusted. Somebody came in the chat and said that she was there at Essence, and it seemed to be less participation. Tamika, being the narcissist that she is, her and Jamal Bryant, they want to take credit for that. But it wasn't the Target partnership that caused the Essence Fest backlash. It had more to do with the leadership there and the African takeover in a Black American city over an event made famous by Black American culture for decades.
All right, sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. So to answer your question in particular, and there have been vendors to say don't shop for my products in Target. There have been people who've said I'm joining the boycott even though they work with Target. So I get that. I'm saying that in the case of Essence, this is a 4-year deal that is much more complex than one person saying, they don't want to work with them anymore. And the unraveling of it could result in a
Yes.
breach of contract. So it's a legal situation. And I'm not saying what I might do or what they may have wanted to do, but we can see also with our own eyes that Essence this is not the best year for them, right? So it's
Yeah.
like a lot of things converging at once. It's not the best year. You have this issue with diversity, equity, and inclusion that is happening in real time. And I know that.
Hey, you already know, Tamika, she's going to keep this up. She's going to keep talking about DEI over and over. The DEI boycotts had nothing to do with the downfall of the Essence Fest. But basically, in a roundabout way, she told the host, well, it was nothing for you to drop your little H&M partnership because you're just you. You're not getting the multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract that Essence got with Target. It's like Tamika is on both sides of the argument. That's because she's trying to stand on business while also saving face with Essence. But again, she didn't support Essence this year because she didn't want to jeopardize her DEI boycott check. That's why I say this is all one big joke. Bottom line, you try to convince people not to support Essence over Target, and if they happen to buy their tickets and make their hotel reservations before you inform them about this I'm not going to Essence rhetoric, then you told those people already en route, don't go to the Target booth. Well, Tamika, as you already know, no one listened to you. They still went. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Special thank you to Lynn, a longtime viewer. I appreciate you for your support. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.